Hey, Dr. Phil, it's Angela Stevens. I am the CEO to Refocus the Creative Office and the podcast host to Refocus with Angela.com. Just want to say I'm a fan. I've been a fan of yours for years, and I want to tell you why. Back when you started, I was going through a very sad divorce, and you started talking to people about, how they got through and how to talk about it. And that really inspired me, and it helped me to learn how to co-parent with my son's father. And I just want to share that with you. But more importantly, I wanted to ask you a favor. You support CASA, and I was on the board of our CASA here locally for 12 years. I was the president and vice president. I'm very passionate about helping people, but especially helping children, which you are as well. We are looking to find the best guest for our 100th episode for our podcast. And when I think about people who have to focus and refocus every day, like if they have a bad day, I think of people like you that, we're all human. And our podcast is all about how to focus when you're not having game on, you're not there. And I always compare it to a surgeon. I always say, for instance, if there was a surgeon and they were going to be performing on your wife or your child, you would want them to have game on, right? But if they get a call and they are being sued or they lose their head nurse or they're, something that goes wrong, they're not their self. So how do they pull it together and have game on to perform that surgery? Well, apparently I want to know, and so many others do as well, because we've got a large audience. And you can check us out at refocuswithangela.com. I am also the CEO to Refocus the Creative Office, and all of our products are created through the eyes of a child with ADHD. And that child is my child. He was diagnosed in the 5th grade at a very high level. I had to think differently. And today we now have 36 products on Amazon, Walmart, Wayfair, Hy-Vee, CVS, Staples. We're launching into 200 Staples stores in March. So it's kind of exciting. But interesting enough, as I had to think differently for him, he was diagnosed in the 5th grade and I was diagnosed at age 45. And so, again, I've had to learn how to think differently and how to focus differently. But I would just be so honored to have you as our 100th guest on our podcast. And we do it remotely. I've got a great podcast producer and a great podcast coordinator. And you can reach me at Angela@time2refocus.com. That's Angela at time, the number 2, refocus.com. Thank you so much and keep doing what you do so well.